Today's video, we're gonna compare an F430 to an Audi R8. This is gonna be no surprise to anybody, but which of these two cars is built more sturdy? So which one of these two cars sounds better for 175 grand? This should come as no surprise. Which one of these two is more collectible? Why else do you buy a sports car with no usable trunk, with only 2 seats, besides the pure fun? Which one gets more attention? Which one gets more exotic car attention than the other? But if somebody came with a check today to buy one or the other, which one am I selling? If you had about 175K to spend, do you buy an old ass Ferrari or do you buy an Audi R8 that likely still has a warranty and has a V10? Which one do I prefer? I'm gonna score them on a few different categories today and we'll decide which one's the winner. Follow me, let's pull them out, let's get them set up and we'll start. Now you've seen me pull both of them out. Just visually, which one do you like better? That's where we'll start, is the looks of the Ferrari versus the Audi R8. This one, it's totally up to you. Who prefers which car? Some people love the look of one and another. Well, I'm getting a little wordy. You know what they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. My opinion could be different than yours, but if I had to pick which one actually looks better, I'd give that to the Ferrari. It's just got that elegant swoop style. This is the kind of car I used to drive as a kid with the swooping lines. It looks beautiful. I mean, they both look good, but this one is just prettier. Now, even though the Ferrari is prettier, I do think direct rear profile of the Audi is a little bit better. It's a little bit more modern, more aggressive, more chunky with the big muscular lines. So direct on rear profile goes to the Audi. But that side profile has to go to the Ferrari. Round number 2, build quality. This is gonna be no surprise to anybody, but which of these two cars is built more sturdy? The German Audi. This is like a 10 out of 10 build quality. This is like a 6 out of 10 build quality. I mean, you can hear the doors. There's like a rattle, a shake. It feels thin, but this one, ooh. You hear the difference? I know you heard that difference. So sitting in one or the other, like the rattling and the creaking, 100% better build quality to the Audi. For the next category, we're gonna go on sound. When you have a race car, a sports car, whatever you wanna call it, sound is in the top 3 things most important to you. So which one of these two cars sounds better for 175 grand? Tune in, let's listen. I'm gonna rev them both and you tell me which one. And that was with the soft limiter. Audi only lets you rev to, I don't know, 5,000 or 6,000. The sound, this is a hard one. If I really had to pick it, I've heard them both on full throttle, when you're on the street. And the Audi V10 just howls a little bit louder, a little bit better. It sounds more like an F1 music to your ear car. Sounds great, sounds awesome. This is a 9.5 out of 10. This is a 9.6 out of 10. Goes to the Audi. Super important factor when it comes to sports cars is collectibility. This should come as no surprise. Which one of these two is more collectible? By a landslide, the Ferrari 430. You don't see these regularly. You might catch an Audi R8 once a month. You might catch an F430 twice a year. Well, they made 45 or so thousand Audi R8s for the planet. There's only about 16,000 F430s. So that's 3 times as many Audis on the road than there are the Ferraris. Collectability, boom, Ferrari. Quite possibly the most important category between the two is pure fun factor. Why else do you buy a sports car with no usable trunk, with only 2 seats, besides the pure fun? You have your regular car for the regular stuff. So which one brings me more joy than the other every time I get behind the wheel? And this is a close race. It really is. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these, but just edging out in the pure fun goes to the Ferrari. You get the gated stick shift feeling. It's a lighter car, dances with you better, it's a looser tail. It feels nearly as fast as this car. It makes all the right noises, and you don't ever want to stop driving this car. I mean, it is really, really fun to drive. The Audi, excellent. I mean, the V10 howling and you're popping gears. It's got the dual clutch transmission. You can really get this thing moving and up to speed better and easier than the Ferrari. But ultimately, the fun feeling you get, you know, as a kid goes to the Ferrari. I mean, the Audi is better to cruise in. Like if I wanted to go across the state, go to a business meeting, something like that, go to dinner with my wife and drop the top, this thing is more comfortable, way better to cruise, gets lots of attention, especially with the new wheel setup, but that makes it a grand tourer and a cruiser. If you want a fun sports car to whip around in, get a gated Ferrari. A little different than exterior styling is presence. Which one gets more attention? Which one gets more exotic car attention than the other? On a regular boulevard, if you're cruising down downtown Roswell or the Avalon here in Atlanta, the one that gets more attention is surprisingly the Audi. It must be because it's just wider, it's a little bit bigger, it's got these awesome aftermarket wheels, and I've got the carbon fiber parts left and right. The Audi gets more attention. Now, when you're around sports car people, the Ferrari gets more attention. It's more rare. It's got a gated shifter. It's a coupe. You don't see too many 430 coupes. Most of them are convertibles. Depends on what you want. Presence-wise though, ultimately every time I take these out, the one that gets the most attention is the Audi. If I had to daily drive one, or let's just say if I had to put a bunch of miles on it because it's my only sports car, it's gonna be the Audi. This one does everything with almost no compromises. It can cruise, it can speed, it can sound loud, you can drop the top, you can put the top up, you have heated seats, you have cruise control. Daily driving wise, it's not even close. The Audi takes it. If you're buying one strictly as an investment, this is a no-brainer. You can probably already guess the Ferrari is the one to go with. Lower production numbers, gated manual, it's a coupe, end of story. Which one of these would I personally recommend to you, a first-time exotic buyer? The answer may surprise you, but the Audi is the way to go as your first exotic experience. You're gonna have probably less maintenance, less headaches, less trouble. You get a V10, you can't go wrong with a V10 over a V8. This thing you can use more often. You're gonna be very happy with it. It's automatic, you don't have to learn how to drive stick. You get 9/10 Lamborghini experience with the Audi R8 without the douchebag Lambo emblem. People love the Audi, I love the Audi. You as a first-time owner, I promise you'll love the Audi. Here's a tough one that makes you think real hard. But if somebody came with a check today to buy one or the other, which one am I selling? I'm selling the Ferrari. I love them both, but I can make more money on the Ferrari, which is probably the #1 most important reason I would sell it. You know, it's a cooler car, right? But I'm making more money. That's why I'm selling it. I don't know, I just changed my mind. Maybe I'm selling the Audi R8. I can just go out and buy another one tomorrow. There's probably 200 Audi R8s for sale in the country. There's probably only 10, not even 10 of these listed in the country. So maybe I do sell this, but I've put so much sweat equity into this car with the wheels, with the stance, with the carbon fiber mods, the perfect maintenance. I've maintained this thing perfectly. It drives so well. I guess I changed my answer. I'm selling the Audi because I can buy this same exact spec, probably a lot easier than I can buy this exact spec. In fact, I know right now on Auto Trader there's not a single 430, obviously that's gated, that's a coupe, that's red, that has carbon fiber here, carbon fiber there, has those audio upgrade. This one's more special. I can make more money selling it. But the answer has been changed to the Audi's gotta go. Now, money aside, which one would I miss the most? If it was only on emotions and I got rid of one or the other, which one would I miss the most? I think I would miss the Audi the most. I've got some great memories in this thing. I've put, I think 15,000 miles on this car. I've, like I said, put my sweat equity into it, modifying it. I've got great memories cruising across the state in this car, taking my wife out in this car. I probably miss this one the most, but that's just personal memories. After owning both, Ferrari 430, Audi R8, there's a clear winner. Gotta be the Ferrari. I'm picking the Ferrari. It's arguably prettier. I mean, it's a Ferrari, it's got the name brand, which is better than Audi. It's more rare, it's nearly as fast. I do believe you have more fun driving it, and it looks great. You get to see the engine. Check that engine out, man. I love that view right there. I mean, the more sensible choice is sometimes the Audi. It does everything. It's a cruiser, It's a bruiser when you want it to be one, but the clear winner when you're spending about 200K to get more eyeballs, to get the brand, plenty of reliability, has to go to the Ferrari. Which one of these is more expensive to maintain? I can't say perfectly because I haven't had to do any maintenance really on either of these cars. The Audi, I bought certified pre-owned. It has the extended service package, so all my services up to 100,000 miles on this car are included. So I haven't had to spend a dime on it, and I haven't had any warranty claims. 0 warranty claims on nearly 20,000 miles of raging on this car. So it's been awesome. But I do know that this is more modern. There's more like difficulty working in the engine bay. It's got all-wheel drive. So ultimately, if something does break, I do believe this will be more expensive. These Ferraris are real easy to work on. Parts are pretty cheap. You can reach everything on this engine. You don't have to pull it out to do any service. The reason I picked a 430 is because I do know how reliable and easy they are to work on. So I can't give you a clear answer, but if I had to guess, the Audi is going to be more expensive to maintain out of warranty. And that's where I stand. So you tell me, YouTube land and Instagram land, would you be choosing a V10 Audi or a V8 430? Tell me in the comments, which one are you picking? One of the topics we didn't discuss is which car handles better, and no surprise, the Ferrari handles better. The Audi is heavier, the Audi has all-wheel drive. Look at me shifting with my left hand. And the Ferrari is just built to handle better. End of story. Ferrari wins the handling challenge. If I were to track either one of these, I think the Ferrari would run laps at the Nürburgring around the Audi R8. In a drag race though, Audi R8 will take it. See this car, it's going faster, but it doesn't feel like it's going faster. So this is a faster car, but the other one gives you all the emotions of going fast without breaking the law instantly. We chose the right one for sound. This one crackles and pops better. And it's a V10, it's gotta sound better. If you have a V10 that sounds worse than a V8, then you did it wrong. More cylinders is better. That's why you need a V12. I mean, that's why I have a V12 Mercy, but I'm gonna sell it.